You have 4 bags of 25 apples. How many apples do you have in all? Let's mark up our problem a little bit. I'm going to color code the numbers that are important, the question, and also get rid of what I don't really need. I know that if I have 4 bags with 25 apples in each, I'm going to have to multiply 25 times 4 to figure out how many apples that we have in all. To solve 25 times 4 using an area model, I need to look at my two factors. The first factor is 25, the other factor is 4. Now I need to split up my factors based on their place value in order to make this area model work. I know that 25 is the same as 20 plus 5 when I split it up by my place value or thinking about expanded form. So along the top, I'm going to put 20 above the first section and 5 above the second. And since my 4 is only one digit, factor 2 is just going to go on the side, just as it is. I like to add the little x in the corner, just to help me remember that I'm multiplying 20 times 4 and then 5 times 4. Let's start with our first box. I multiply up and over, so I do 20 times 4. And I can show that using base 10 blocks and show 4 groups of 20. And if I look at all of them, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 sticks. Next, we will be going up and over to multiply 5 times 4. Here is my first group of 5. I know that I need a total of 4 groups of 5. And my second group of 5, third group of 5, and lastly, my fourth group of 5. Now we're ready to add them all up. How many blocks do you see in all? That's going to be our final answer. When I count my tens, I see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I see I have 80 in the tens place, and I see 20 in the ones place. Each of these answers is a partial product, or part of the product. To find my final product or my final answer, I need to add these parts together. 80 plus 20 equals 100, so my product and final answer is 100. Your turn. Try 13 times 4. I start by filling in my area model. I split 13 into 10 plus 3, which is the expanded form of 13. And I add the remaining factor of 4 on the left side. I draw my base 10 blocks. I draw 10 4 times, or 4 groups of 10. And then in the next one, where I have 3 times 4, I do 4 groups of 3. Lastly, I add them all up. I know that 4 times 10, or 4 10 sticks, is 40. Then I have 12 ones, and when I add them together, 40 plus 12 equals 52. And that is my final product. Let's try now with only using digits and no place value blocks. I see 32 times 3, and I am going to split up my 32 by place value, 30 and 2, then move that 3, that other factor, on the left side. When I multiply up and over. So I have 30 times 3 in the tens place, and in the ones place I have 2 times 3. When I multiply the tens place, I see 30 times 3, and I get 90. 3 times 3 is 9, and that 0 pushes it to the right place value. I move to the ones. 2 times 3 equals 6. When I put them together, 90 plus 6 equals my final product, or my final answer, of 96. One last problem, 74 times 5. I split up my 74 based on place value, 70 and 4, and I move my other factor of 5 to the left side. I start in my tens, I go up and over 70 times 5, and for the ones, it is 4 times 5 when I move up and over. For the tens, 70 times 5 is 350, and I know that because 7 times 5 is 35, and I add that 0 to push it into the correct place value for 350. For my ones, I have 4 times 5, which equals 20. Lastly, I add my partial products together. 350 plus 20 equals a final product or final answer of 370.